Hello and welcome to December 2024 Psychic Insight Guidance and Predictions. Welcome everybody. Anyone new out there? Hello for the first time, and anybody who is already there, welcome back. It's great to have you on board. Now, quickly, if you'd like a private reading, everything is in the description bar below, okay? So just go there and don't be square. Okay, there's lots of options there, special offers for 2025, and you can also catch me on the Circle and you can get a free reading if this is your first time. So what have we got for December 2024? Well, I do see big decisions, big options, choices, and the main energy of the month is about moving forwards and the choices that we make in order to move forward. So it's really important to make the right choices now, but consider your own actions, your feelings, what you want to achieve for 2025. What comes in December is going to be very relevant to March 2025, because there is time now to build something. Now, there has been pinpoints throughout the year, and I thought there was a seventh month pinnacle and a 9-month pinnacle where you know a project could be started and that it would be achieved by a certain time. And March is one time frame from now. So from now to March, something big could be achieved, or could have a great result, and also, or it could be extended to June time. June is going to be a great time to receive some flying results. So make sure that any choices that you make, right, that are really, really focused towards your destination. You know, spending, decisions around work. You know, don't start signing big contracts. We're in Mercury retrograde, after all, that you don't really want to do, that, you know, a long term that you can't get out of. If it's just for the interim and you can, you know, you've got to get out clause, then great, but do read the fine print. You don't want to be going from the frying pan into the fire, okay? I feel like Spirit is telling you to hold out till the 22nd or the 28th of December, because things are going to materialise and they're going to get a lot better for you. Now, anything that I say, I'm not telling you what to do, okay? You need to take this as guidance and advice, and really listen to your soul calling, because not everything is going to resonate with you, okay? Not everything you're going to want to abide by, and that's your free will, and that is going to take you down the path that you need to be. And if the destiny is one place, then universe will get you there, okay? Trust that. And if you're still in doubt, ask the universe to help you out, ask your angel guides. Now, what is challenging you, everyone, this month is really what we want. What is it that we want? What is the biggest wish here? You know, if we had the opportunity, what would you have? What is the big dream? And I feel that if that is it, you know, if you know what that is, then you can just put your mind at rest. Because it's saying once you know exactly your clear goal, then the decisions are going to be easy. If you're not sure about what you want, then that's why you're going to be indecisive. But so often we're not sure because we are conditioned to believe something or think in a certain way, or we're afraid to go against the grain. We're afraid to take a risk or to take a chance on ourselves. But what Spirit wants you to do this month is to do just that. Now, past life energy is going to come in where skills are concerned. You might suddenly decide or discover that you have some skill or talent that you didn't realise. I've seen people being kind of suddenly, you know, standing up and doing something, maybe doing a lecture, you know, a voiceover, or maybe they're getting up and singing live to a crowd, or suddenly they join an Amjang group and they realise that, you know, they're amazing, they've got this amazing talent. Maybe you realise that you can suddenly see into the future, or you have this intuitive ability you never got before. Maybe you start learning something, you know, that you've never looked into before, and you realise how great you are and how naturally it comes to you, you know, in study. It could be anything, but I feel like this is about realising old skills from the past. You may find that things come in dreams, people tell you things, or you're put into a situation where you have to deal with it, right? And you deal with it naturally and effectively. So this isn't something you've got to literally go away and learn. This is going to come about in a natural occurrence or event. So for instance, say you're out having dinner with a group of people and the bill has to be split, and then you look at it and you just see the split really simply, and you deal with it. And you've never done that before because no one's giving you that authority or leadership, and maybe at school you didn't really apply yourself to maths, or you weren't that interested, right? or you just never really questioned anything. You never looked at it. But suddenly this ability is coming through. Maybe, and because it's a past life, it's timing as well. It's effective now, which was effective then. So you may not have harnessed this ability or even connected with it. But I do feel that this is something that is very powerful. It's going to be there with you forever. And it's for the long haul. Now, the beginning of November, the first quarter or first week of November, approximately so, there's going to be a lot of positive options. I'm seeing a lot of opportunities being placed. Again, lots of decision making. So you could be in conflict about what to take. You might have 3 offers on the table and not be certain. Maybe people want your attention, or they're going, oh, you could do this, you could do that. Maybe, you put it out there and said, I don't know what to do. And everyone's like having their hand in and giving you their opinion. Just be careful that some offers aren't going to be set in stone. Really, again, check the paperwork, because this is a time that things could kind of go off kilter. You could miss information. You could allow your emotions to overwhelm you, or someone else's opinions or projections. Okay, so really, again, focus on positivity and joy. And even if there are lots of things on offer, if it's not really bringing you joy, then don't do it. You might get 5 invitations from 5 different people, but if 4 of them aren't people you want to spend time with, then say no. It's as simple as that. Now, Mars goes retrograde on the 6th, and this is a time where you're going to feel less energetic. You might come up with more obstacles in pursuing goals. Mars influences motivation, drive and conflict, basically. People might be more frustrated around you. You might feel frustrated that things aren't happening quick enough, but at the same time can't actually be bothered, that kind of thing. So it's really important to look at the inner self during this month, okay? But we've got Mercury as well, so, there could be an awful lot of fog here. So be very aware of the fog. This is why it's so important to continue to follow your joy and know that you have enough. I know that was in a reading a couple of weeks ago about knowing what you have, your natural abilities, and what you have enough of, and to use it, and to just, work with yourself, your inner conflicts, your inner frustrations, and find your happy place. Because this isn't about moving quickly. It's about allowing yourself to be taken a little bit, along for the ride, and just know you can be a little bit of a backseat driver for a while, and you can take a little bit of rest. Okay, so it's really important that you give yourself a break. Now, the second week, there is a sense of control coming in, but I do feel that things are going to be heating up, pressure around work, management, that kind of thing. Maybe a lot of stuff being put on the table. You've got to finish deadlines, that kind of thing. I'm getting the 15th and the 17th particularly, and it's kind of the clock is ticking, and you're just kind of really, really finding it hard to get focused and motivated, literally, because of this Mars situation. But it's like everyone else is all over the place. I can just see people like running around like, rabbits in the lights, worried that they're not going to get something done. I'm getting a lot of closures happening, or foreclosures happening, and people thinking, oh my God, I've only got 7 days to do this. It's a little bit like lockdown, that it's coming, and you've got to get all your food in quickly, and you've got to make sure you've got all your provisions. Now, if you've already done this in November, which is something I did predict, then things are going to be a lot easier. And I have put this reading out a lot earlier so that you can get into preparation for this, okay? And also do check out my Facebook events of the Jupiter retrogrades and stuff. It all will be on YouTube or available on the website that you can connect with, and also my retrograde Bible that is coming out in 2025 or will be out shortly, so you can look at all the dates and ready for them and in preparation for next year as well. So third, you've got opportunities in the second week. There are things that are going to be there, but what Spirit is saying is go with something that's working. Go with something that is already happening that you can really, really connect with, rather than something that isn't cemented, it's not set in stone, because things could change very rapidly within the next couple of weeks, or well, by the end of December you might find that your whole ideals have changed. You didn't really want to do what you did, it wasn't the right decision. I'm really getting a hold out to the 22nd or the 28th, really, when things are going to be a lot easier where work is concerned. But if something is already there, it's working, it's happening, it's very clear, it's something you want, it's something you've wanted for a long time, and then it crops up in this second week, and you have complete control over it, and you know that there isn't anything that can go wrong. And if it does go wrong, you have an action plan in place, then fabulous, all right? If not, and you're kind of feeling all over the shop and you don't really know what you want still, then be very wary, okay, and really do check everything. And the best thing is to ask questions. I always say this to people when I get asked, what is this person thinking, or what's going to happen? I say, ask the question. If you want to have a good relationship with a manager, with a partner, with anybody, talk to them, communicate. Mercury retrograde is about communication. Okay, and a lot can get lost in translation because things are very, very changeable at the moment. Now, the third week of November, there is a lot of, I feel like, like manipulation, feelings of being dragged into something you don't want to, a lot of guilt pressure, lots and lots of temptation. Okay? This is a really big time that many of you will feel that you are healing. You could be grieving something. You could be dealing with some addiction, something, you might be going for a detox, that kind of thing. This is the time that you are going to be tested this week. I feel like the third week of December, or the third quarter, as I'm calling it, will be testing. This could be that you're going for a healing crisis, okay? And when we are moving into something so much better, and we've intentionally made changes, and we are moving forwards, you take a dip first, all right? So, like when a wound gets better, you get the bruise, okay? So it's like suddenly everything it's all emotional, it's all, it could feel more restricted than normal. You might want to break free from everything. You might just want to fall off the wagon, right? Just be wary that this is when you really, really need to keep your wishes in check. Make sure you've got a list of everything that you focused on. Have some self-care practices ready, all of those things, because I think this could be a very tricky week, the third week. And that's going to be around the full moon time as well, okay? But also, we're going to be coming out of the retrograde of Mercury. So it's going to be a lot of weird stuff happening, where everything was kind of conflicted, then it's conflicted in a weirder way, Now, by the fourth week or the fourth quarter, the end of the month, I feel that you will have made a big, big decision in your life. You may be very aware of a situation you've got to decide on where a relationship is concerned. It could be the relationship you have with yourself. And I am feeling that this is where you've let go, right? So where you may be dealing with it on the third week, by the fourth week, you'll be put in a position of like, I can't do this anymore. So if you do go off the bandwagon, I think you're going to get a short, sharp shock, and you're going to say, I'm not doing that anymore. That was the worst thing. So there is really a big warning on the third week. Don't mess up, because it's going to hurt. It's going to feel more painful, I feel. And it's just it's like when you give up dairy or something and you've done it for years and you go back to it, it actually affects your body more. So this could be even to do with diet. It could be anything that you're going for, a new regime that you're working on. But I think this is to do with relationships as well. But it's about truth, being honest with yourself. It's about talking to people. It's about honouring you. And knowing that you can't carry everything anymore. And yeah, it could cause some upset and some tears. And even if it's something that is you've all decided on, and you realise that this isn't going to work anymore, you don't want to go into the new year, because this is the end, this is like New Year kind of thing, New Year's Eve. You just know that you need to go into 2025 with a new strategy, and you've got to either do this on your own, or you've got to let someone go. You've got to let them get on with it and take responsibility, okay? So this could be someone, a family member you're dealing with who's got an addiction, right? It could be that you need to walk away from a relationship because it's just not helping you. It could be that you're not honouring yourself, and you need to listen to your own heart now. And again, this whole month was about you making choices to move forwards, and so you are going to have some kind of goal here. There is going to be something that you're working towards, and unfortunately, when we make a change and we focus and we're going into the light, the dark shadows do come up. They want to pull us back, and this is where we've got to be determined. Find more motivation than we have, but in a calmer way. Now, timing and advice here this month is basically telling you that you've got everything you need to invest and to make for a very, very strong foundation, but expansion is needed. Stepping outside your comfort zone, going the distance, finding new territory, connecting with further afield, doing more, maybe going the distance that you haven't done. And, thinking outside the box. I feel like everything is there for you. You are protected, but you do have to honour your own needs. Now, unexpectedly, you might suddenly see a new way forwards with a relationship this month. I feel like you might suddenly see a new perspective. And for some of you that have thought that nothing was going to happen and that your relationship wasn't going to work, you might suddenly think, oh my God, this is the best thing that has ever happened to me. And we've learned and we've healed, because this could have been the whole healing thing. You may just come to a point of decision where you say, we need to move on. But there's a lot of love here. I don't feel, although I'm seeing tears for some things, I'm not seeing disagreement. Although, this is a month of conflict with Mars. This is actually healing some wounds here. So there is a lot to coming through this month, a lot of development. You just got to watch the details. You've got to listen to yourself. You've got to honour yourself and really, really connect with what you wish for and stick on that road. And if you know that, then actually it'll be easy, because you'll know what to let go of. It won't be this great big dilemma. You don't have to have this huge conversation with yourself over and over again, or battle. You just go, look, you know what? This isn't working. This is hurting me. This is low value. I need to now move on and upwards in my life. So I hope this has helped you, this monthly reading. Do check out anything else that comes up for this month, specific readings and the weekly insight. And if you want a private reading, then do connect with me on my website, or look in the description box below and follow the links. And I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.